Good afternoon, friends.
Happy Monday, everybody.
We are joining you for our regular Monday Barnside chat.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
We're starting Barnside just to make this all official, so we can connect the dots and make it all just right.
What are you doing, sweet dude?
We hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you are. It is windy, and it is mild and sunny.
Look what we got here. Here, we'll trade this for you. Derek's got his hands
I got
full.
my hands full.
Let's see what's going on here.
Hello.
Oh, hi, sweetheart. What are you doing? Everybody's outside exploring today.
That's Mr. Robert.
Oh, Mr. Phil. Well, we're gonna head into
We are going to
Bunnytown.
head on over to Bunnytown. There's been a lot of questions asked each week about Bunnytown, and we are happy to head over there right now and check it out. So we are at the back of the main barn, and Phil is with us, of course.
As always.
And we are heading over to one of my favorite spaces for the residents. This space is so full of enrichment. This is the best place for rabbits. Hands down, if you're not a wild rabbit, this is the next best thing. So Bunnytown is covered from above. There is like a batting cage style netting over the top, and that's to prevent any aerial predators from entering this space. Of course, we have the human door here. I hear pig drama.
Pig drama.
So we've got the human door here, and there is some humans here within Bunnytown.
There's
Hello.
Andrea. We rescued her a few years ago.
Andrea's the lead healthcare manager for the residents, and we've got some volunteers that are here also. Bunnytown
the cutest
is
space?
amazing. Steve, show everybody around.
Oh, it's adorable. So it's got all kinds of rocks and grass. This was a real mess when we first got here, but we tore everything out. A lot of stumps, a lot of junk came out of here. We seeded the whole thing, so there's beautiful assortment of pasture grass.
Can we stop
and
for
here
1 second? Because
is the little village
yeah,
with everybody's little hutches and
it's a bit shambles over
bunny
there.
condos. Yeah, it needs a
And
little bit of a
stuff
paint
is
job.
blown over.
Needs a bit of a
it's
paint
been a
job.
long winter. Now, Steve said that we cleared it up and we planted grass, but there was more to it than just that. This space originally, we put the goats in here to eat all of anything from 7 feet and under. The goats ate everything. And then the next group of individuals that we brought in here was April and her piglets. Oh, look at that. There's a honeybee. There's a honeybee on the camera right now.
Yeah, you guys won't see him because he's at the side. He
No.
might come in front and say hello to
He
you.
might make Steve drop the camera.
Yeah, he might also do that.
Here, do you want to go put him off on a bush?
No, he's okay.
You're
Here,
okay?
we'll maybe move over here and just see if he
then
stays off my finger.
April and her babies.
There you go, Mr. B.
Rooted up this area and made this area seedable. So then we planted lots of seed for the
There he
rabbits.
is, everybody. Oh, back on the. He wants that.
Get out of here. You want to see me scream and run around here?
Ooh, he's back.
This is away.
Well, I don't know why he wants this phone so much.
Folks, it's welcome
Bee
to the
season.
It is a beautiful day. We are, of course, located in Campbellville, Ontario,
the sun.
Canada, and the snow is just coming off, and the bees
The
are
bees
clearly just
are
waking up.
everywhere.
He's on your head.
Oh, get him off! Get him off! Is he gone?
Come into the main shed.
Oh God! We're so brave.
So come on in.
Oh, look at this special space.
So this is the night cabin. So during the day, the rabbits, the resident rabbits, they are outside within Bunnytown, and it depends on the day where they are. Sometimes they are in a hutch out within Bunnytown, and other days they are running all over the place in Bunnytown. Heath cares for 4 bunny rabbits, and we have 4 herds. That means that at any one given point in time, the 2 rabbits can never be together. These rabbits do not get along with each other, which is very surprising for us. Rabbits are fierce when it comes to the hierarchy and the structure of the families, and they do serious damage with each other, believe it or not. It's like
Look at
Monty
this
Python.
little beautiful face you'd never believe. Be a grumpy little bunny. Hey, yes, I'm a grumpy bunny. That's actually why we have 2 spaces out here too. You guys will notice there's a fence that divides the 2 outdoor spaces so that they can...
So this cabin that we're in, we just added this cabin last year.
Oh, he's in the back corner, and you see him behind his little nest.
They have heat lamps, and of course they have heated water, so it doesn't freeze. But in this cabin, when it's all closed up and the heat lamps on, it's not that bad. Oh yeah, look, the Haven fire extinguisher is
that's
right
actually
there.
a good view. We've showed you these in the barn before, guys. So these are the automatic fire suppression systems. So that's basically like a little smoke detector, and that automatically discharges that fire extinguisher if it detects something has gone awry.
That's right. Yeah. And it's actually not smoke-based. I don't want to give it. It is heat-based.
No, like a smoke detector,
it's like a smoke detector, but it detects heat and not smoke. Which is actually a great leeway to a couple of items that have arrived recently from the Amazon wish list. So if you go to Amazon.ca, the Canadian Amazon, we have a wish list of items that we need to keep this farm going. And this week, some of the ones that arrived are around emergency preparedness. And somebody has sent us, gratefully, they've sent us an emergency weather alert radio. And what this is, this tunes into a specific station here relevant to Ontario, Canada, and it alerts us for tornado activity.
Amazing.
Yeah,
good to know.
So thank you so much for whoever sent that to the Amazon wish list. Another thing that arrived from emergency preparedness is this fire mask. And I hope that I never have to use this, but it's a one-time mask.
Yeah, check that out. Over you guys can see on that little picture.
That you slip over your head, and it'll allow you to go into a space that maybe a fire extinguisher has gone off, or maybe it's too smoky.
Let you go into a space you otherwise couldn't.
Go into a space that you otherwise could not. Yeah, good one, Steve. And it's a disposable thing, so it's a one-time use, and it'll give you up to 60 minutes. Worth noting, too, you can't go into an area that doesn't have oxygen. That's not what this is. Like, you couldn't go underwater. This is an amazing thing.
Like a particulate filter.
This is awesome. Yeah. So thank you
Very
so much.
Cool.
There are other ways. There are other items on the Amazon wish list. So head on over there and check that out.
Yes, thank you so much, guys. Let's go outside and see what else is happening out here.
It's daylight savings
Look, we're doing the condo swap here at the barn. Andrea and some of our awesome volunteers hard at work here. I'm sure they're happy to have the warmer weather as well.
Sharon's in the purple
bees
sweater.
are back. Okay.
The bees. So we are out of here.
We're moving.
So it's daylight savings time. That means that we have sprung ahead. That means that the pigs are super irritable right now because they are getting fed at different times. And also they don't know this, but probably in about another month and a half, they are going to be cut down to 1 meal only a day.
Oh, shh, don't say that too
that's
loud.
Because they will be eating the grass, and they'll be eating branches, and they'll be living off.
Yeah, the pigs actually graze way more than I would have thought. When we had Esther up in Georgetown, I mean, she spent a lot of time out in the backyard digging and, you know, doing that sort of stuff. But when these guys are out and about in the summertime, I mean, they are forever rooting at bugs and eating stuff in the dirt. And they graze just as much as the cows and everybody else. Obviously, they don't eat as much, but my God, they love to graze. That's there in their little hay pit right now.
We have an amazing volunteer corps here at the farm. One like none other. There's no place in the world that compares to our volunteers here. Heath's prides itself with their amazing volunteer program. And one of the things that we are invested in this year and always is the continued safety and education, continuing education for our volunteers. So I just started an awareness campaign with the volunteers, and it's called Detecting Danger with Derek. Doesn't that sound amazing? You should see Steve's face right now. Steve does not want to stay
Captain
in this.
Safety.
Captain Safety. Look at me. Look at me.
Oh, God.
He
just wanted to play with fire extinguishers.
Every single week, I'll be discussing in the barn with the volunteers firsthand some safety tips about fire prevention, fire detection, and anything to do with safety. You can never be too safe, friends.
Never, never.
We're
move on again a little bit.
Talk about that.
What's that? Yeah, for sure. Why don't we go and show?
Well,
over a little bit. Yeah, so we're working on, since spring is coming, we're working on designing a new cow barn, which is super, super exciting. We've already built 2 other little kind of, they're not really barns so much as they're sheds, eh? I mean, where the goats currently stay. We call it a goat barn, but that building...
Doors and windows and ventilation.
Yeah, so that's the 2 that we built, that one, and then there's one in the cow field that's identical, and we're looking to build a 3rd building. We don't know if it's going to be just like that one, or if we're going to change it up a little bit.
Yeah, we just started looking at some designs. The new cow barn was funded as part of the Holiday Magic Fundraiser 2019. A very kind donor came forward and put down the donation for the full amount for that barn. So we are so looking forward to breaking ground on that project, and of course we will keep you in the loop
hi, sweet girl.
every Monday with what's happening around the farm.
You better say hello, you're getting in trouble.
Hello, Abigail.
Hey,
hello.
what are you doing, Abs?
Hello, Jojo. Hello, Jolene. Oh no, this is Fiona. I'm sorry. Jolene's back there. Jolene,
Yeah, that's Joe back there. She's back there.
Joe is in a stall with Tammy, and they are not back with the herd yet. They had small tail amputations a couple weeks ago, and we are actually working on their integration today. Can we just stay for the rest of this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this area looks fantastic, by the way. This area got a whole lot of work last year, and you can actually see it really well now. Everybody's got their own door into the barn. They've got a little patch outside that they can lay in. They've also got rubber flooring in there, so we're able to keep them on dry stall. As I'm sure a lot of you guys know, feet can be a big problem with the piggies. So yeah, getting some dry stall and space like that is very important, and I'm sure they appreciate being able to come outside instead of just being stuck inside.
So last week during the feed, we encountered choppy waters as it relates to the signal, and the video was going in and out. And so as a result, we've made the decision to not do those feeds live. This is a pre-recorded message. We're doing it in the morning of, so it really is in the morning. I mean, they film late night television at 11:30 in the morning. So there you go. We're telling you a little secret, and hopefully it won't be as choppy, and we'll be able to make sure that everybody gets all the information that we're talking about. Where the video went all choppy last week was on our emergency preparedness as it relates to the coronavirus and African swine fever. The farm is developing a plan with 3 different stages. Number 1 being the bare minimum that we can do. Number 2 is if we reach a pandemic with relation to the coronavirus. If the African swine fever comes to Canada, what we do, and of course what we do if it comes to the province of Ontario. And how that affects Happily Ever After Farm Sanctuary in this very moment is that we will not be putting out a calendar of events and or tours for the 2020 schedule. It just seems like it would be irresponsible of us. Oh, hello. Hello. Hey, how are you? How are you? This is Tim. And Tim loves to take coats and make beds in them. If you make the mistake of leaving a sweater over one of the gates, Tim's responsibility is to turn it into a bed. So, friends, we're sorry that we won't be coming out with a calendar of events. It just doesn't feel right in today's current climate. And if things change, my goodness, we will. You'll be the first to know about any tours or events that will be happening on the farm this year. What does that mean? Well, we rely on the support of individuals like you to come and visit the farm, and as well as we rely on the support of you online to support us and help us out. We still need your support in an amazing way. The support of our regular monthly givers allows us the peace of mind to know that when bad times arise that we have got it covered.
Yeah.
Our monthly donors are the bread and butter, the lifeline of Happily Ever After Farm Sanctuary. So the number one thing that you can do to help us out is go and sign up and become a monthly donor. Please, please, please. It's the easiest way to help us out on a monthly basis. No amount is too small, and we thank you from the bottom of our hearts, and of course all the residents.
All of these guys do too. You can see their new pig huts too. That's another project that we'll be picking up and trying to get finished as soon as the weather improves. It's still a lot of snow over there.
So there's 3 pig
There's
huts
3 of
back
those
there.
houses, just like what you saw in Bunnytown, just a little bit bigger. Aren't they, dear? They're the same.
No, they're the same
They're the
size.
same size.
And the caregivers have recently started dressing the houses on the inside with straw and hay. And this morning, for the first time, I saw 2 pigs in there.
Oh, there we go.
I saw Abigail and Fiona in there poking around. So it'll be nice to see, because those houses have to be ready. So when these 10 little pigs that live over here on the west side of the railroad tracks, so we've got the 10 baby pigs, including
Over
Sammy.
there.
When we open up the gates and let them move in and become real live big pigs.
You know what else is worth
rest of
noting
them.
too? Remember last year, guys, we did all those drainage repairs back here at the barn, and look how dry it is this year compared to last. It was just a swampy mess back there. So what a huge difference that has made in helping us keep things dry, especially this time of year when you think of how much snow has melted and how wet the ground is in some places. This really looks fantastic.
One thing that arrived on the Amazon wish list last week that all the caregivers are all abuzz about, we had discussed with as a team what we want to learn for skills this year, and the caregivers decided that they want to learn how to do their own fecal testing. And when I say their own, not their own, do the residents' fecal testing. We do a lot of testing. We look at a lot of poop, and we're looking for small bugs and intestinal things that can cause issue. And before, we would have to collect the poop and then take it right away to the lab, where now, because of a kind donor on the Amazon wish list, we have a microscope that connects to the laptop that allows us to take pictures and send them to the vet for diagnostics, which is outstanding.
And way faster.
So thank you so much to that kind and generous person that sent all that scientific equipment that will allow us to see really, really small bugs in poop.
Exciting times at Heaps.
It is exciting time. What else is happening? Did you want to talk about that?
Well, let's talk about that next time, because we have a surprise happening in the office and trailer. But we will show you that next week when we can actually go over there and show you what's happening, because there's some big changes happening over there as well.
There is, for the people.
Yes.
This organization runs on its volunteers and the caregivers and the maintenance personnel. And so we are going to do a small renovation of the trailer cluster that is the offices, and be putting in a better bathroom with a shower, so that if anybody has any issue where they need to take a shower right away, and that comes up all the time here, that they can do.
Remember the poop we were just talking about?
Yes, when you put...
But yeah, next week we'll take you over there and show you that, because that's going to be exciting. That's a nice little change. And then I guess that brings us to our health updates. Every week we have some health updates to do, so we should probably get to those before we wrap up.
So the resident healthcare update, if you were not following the page all last week, unfortunately it starts with some bad news, and that is that Heidi Plume has left this world. Heidi Plume was a beautiful bantam chicken that had a stroke, and we provided her with the utmost best aftercare that we could, but it was time for Heidi to say goodbye. So friends, I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but Heidi has gone beyond this world, and we thank you for your love and support.
He's bringing us a present.
Oh, hi.
Hey, where'd you get that
Mercy.
stick? Hey, Merce?
Mercy is brought.
Oh, you bringing little flowers.
Oh,
Little flowers
thank
for
you.
Heidi. That's very nice.
Pigs, of course,
Aw.
build nests. They love to go get branches. These guys have access to 3 or 4 acres in the woods, so they can go to the woods and they can tear off branches and bring them back. It's amazing enrichment to see the pigs in the woods.
Oh, they love it.
Back to the resident healthcare update. Bobby Girl. So last week when we started, I let you know that Bobby Girl had been transferred off farm and to OVC because of her back right foot. And the progression on that happened very fast, and it turned out that Bobby Girl had a really bad bone infection similar to that Esther had, and they moved very quickly, and we've amputated that toe. And Bobby is walking on water right now. She
She's
is
doing
walking
great.
so good. She is putting all the weight back down on that foot, and we have seen an amazing change night over night. She was hard. She was so difficult to load onto the trailer, and offloading was easier. But now she is running around. She is still at OVC. Of course, that's quite an operation to remove a digit, but she is healing well, and we suspect that she'll be back on farm midweek this week. We just have to be able to do a bandage change without sedation. And if we can't do a bandage change without sedation, that means she's too sore, and the perfect place for her to be right now is at OVC. But the caregivers are heading up there later today to change the bandage, and then hopefully we'll get the note to bring her home.
Yes.
That was a serious close call, friends. And the supporters that help us pay the enormous bills every month at OVC. We could not do this without your love and support. So please consider becoming a donor. Head on over to happilyeverester.ca, click on donate, and then become a monthly donor so that we can help Bobby Girl and anybody else that comes up with these. We know instantly that we'll be able to take them, and we will not have to worry about the funds to pay the bill. Escalade, our equine friend. The vet came to see Escalade.
Our stubborn equine friend.
The vet comes here once a month, and Escalade is his own person, and he's a
wouldn't take sedation.
He's a boisterous
is what
fellow.
happened.
Yeah, they fed him a bunch of sedation, and he stood there all stoic about it, and he was like, "Oh,
I don't feel it.
I'm
I don't
fine.
feel it.
That didn't hurt." So Escalade evaded his vet appointment, and we're gonna have to try some tricky business at next month's appointment, and we'll let you know what that is. Ooh, tusk trimming.
Oh my goodness.
Sam's has got tusks.
Look at you, handsome. What are you doing, you beautiful boy? Sammy just exploded over the winter. He just is so big.
He came out a full-grown pig.
Look how sweet and big he is.
He is about 300 pounds now, and he has got some tusks that are growing in. The males have tusks, and we trim those off. His are not big enough yet. They won't be big enough until he's about...
Try to get Derek's coat.
Oh yeah, I'm being made into a bed right now. So we won't be trimming his tusks, but Captain Dan and Tim's tusk, it's time to trim them. And if we look at Hercules also, his tusks are ready, but his tusks are really blunt. They're not... Oh, hello.
That's nice.
Hi, that's a nice...
We'll just change the camera this way.
Audrey came over
Peed on Derek.
and peed on me.
Grab your microscope.
So, the resident healthcare one, that's it for the resident healthcare. So we talked about Heidi, we talked about Bobby Girl, Escalade, and then tusk trimming. In a couple of weeks, we have OVC's Veggie Vet Club coming here to the farm, which is amazing. An amazing, compassionate team of vets, up-and-coming vets, are coming here to the farm for some continuing learning. We're going to do chicken healthcare checks with Andrea. She's going to show them all of the residents, and the OVC Veggie Club, we're looking at hosting them here.
Can't wait to have them.
Okay, couple questions, and then we're going to finish.
Yes.
Because we took some questions. So I'll read the question to Steve, and Steve can answer the question.
Okay.
So put the camera on you. Yeah, there you are. So,
You biggers?
are Esther and Bobby the same kind of pig?
Yes.
Oh, wow, that's...
What'd
What
you-
kind of pig are they?
Yorkshire
A
pigs.
Yorkshire pig. Yeah, they are.
Do we want more information?
Well,
Yeah, they are the same pig. Bobby's a little bit, she'd be a little bit bigger than Esther, eh? And Bobby has some different markings. She has some kind of dark spots on her that Esther doesn't have.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Beauty
other than
marks.
that, beauty marks, exactly. But yes, other than that, they are the same breed of pig.
when are you going to buy a mic so we can hear the live feeds?
Derek?
Well,
That was
actually,
a little bit-
before.
Ooh.
That was.
Ooh.
I know these are tricky, aren't they? We are trying our best, friends. This is. We don't have amazing camera and sound equipment, so I went over to the Amazon wish list and I added a couple of microphones to the wish list. So head on over to the Amazon wish list, and we'll see how fast we will have microphones on maybe next week.
Yes, there we go.
What's a typical morning like at Heath's?
Oh gosh.
Well, it just changed. The caregivers, the first caregiver arrives at 6:30, and they start to open.
Oh, look
okay,
who's
we have to
coming.
stop. We have to stop and look.
Who's this? Who's that handsome Captain Dan?
Hi, buddy. You came to see us.
Yes, hi, bud. What are you doing?
Oh, he said, I heard you talking. I heard you talking. Oh, hi, Bubs. He's a good boy.
He is
He's
a good
very
boy.
good boy. This is Captain Dan.
And Captain Dan's 880 pounds of love.
Oh yeah, look at his
Oh,
sweet
yeah.
face.
And we were talking about his tusks, so I need to trim his tusks on Wednesday.
Yeah, let's see if you guys, you probably won't be able to see them on the video here. There they are.
Oh yeah, that one's sharp.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
So we trim the top ones. The bottom ones we do not trim. It's the top ones only.
Yeah.
Okay, the last question. Oh, it was what's a typical morning? So first caregiver arrives at 6:30, and they feed the pigs as soon as the first crack of light comes through. And volunteers also start to arrive at 6:30. Typically, it's 4 people on feed shift, and the first morning feed shift, and then 4 people on the night shift. And during the day, there's typically 1 volunteer that is preparing the meals for
Dan, there he
dinner.
is.
Oh my goodness! Look at Sammy and then look at Captain Dan.
Yeah, Captain Dan.
These guys are. You're gonna be that big.
Tammy's. And you're gonna be friends soon.
Last question was one that is relating to today's climate, and it's: are we ready for a pandemic? Do we have enough supplies? I have put in a request to increase all of our bag feed supplies to 4 months worth of feed. Right now we have about a month and a half worth of feed on hand, but I've asked to increase it to 4 months. We certainly have been careful about using some of the supplies that
we know are harder
that we
to
know
restock.
are harder to get. So that's the masks. We use the dust masks, the N95 masks. We also use a lot of hand sanitizer already. So those things are becoming more difficult to get. But there's certainly a workaround. We can make our own hand sanitizer out of aloe vera gel and rubbing alcohol. So that's a tip at home if you don't have any, but you've got those other 2 ingredients. And the dust mask, well, there's no way around that dust mask. We have asked our regular volunteers and staff to purchase the reusable masks, so it's not the throwaway masks, since it is the disposable ones that are harder to get right now.
And one I think we should probably shout out to the supplier that we actually get our dust masks and stuff from. I thought this was super, super cool, is that when everything kind of started going crazy, they stopped selling their dust masks and those kind of products to new clients. So they knew that people were buying them and hoarding them, and they wanted to make sure that their existing clientele that had bought those items in the past, as we regularly did, would still have access to them. So big of a shout out to Uline for being such a responsible supplier. I think that was pretty awesome. So, and they're huge, so I mean, it's not, you know, anyway, I thought that was pretty awesome.
So we are ready. We've got the 3 tiers set up. The first tier is the bare minimum, what we're doing on a day-to-day basis. The next tier is if there is a pandemic, and then the final tier is if ASF is actually on homeland soil, and we've got those plans figured out, and they're scary ones, and we don't want to think about it, but having a plan is better than no plan.
So we are on the lookout.
Friends, if
As
you
is Phil.
know
Look at him
somebody
over there.
that runs a farmed animal sanctuary or looks after animals, please make sure that they too have a plan. It's so important for emergency preparedness, just to make sure that you've got you know, what is the bare minimum that needs to be done, so that in the event that an emergency hits, you can think straight. You go, I've got it all down on paper and we can do this.
That's it.
Friends, thank you so much for tuning in to Monday's Barnside Chat. Head on over to happilyeverester.ca. You can sign up to be in the Pride Parade June 28th. You can march down the streets of Toronto and show everybody how cool farmed animals are, spreading compassion for farmed animals everywhere. Hope you have a wonderful Monday.
Have a
See
great
you
day,
later.
guys. See you later.